What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today I'm going to be doing a Felgrand deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this for you guys because Felgrand is an amazing boss monster that doesn't have a lot of support, but I've included all sorts of amazing tech cards to make it very easy to summon Felgrand to your side of the field in this build. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name description in every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. This card is an amazing boss monster that has a really cool ability. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. And if you do, this card gains attack and defense equal to the banished monster's original level or rank times 100. And if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard except another copy of this card and special summon it to your field, which is a great ability just to instantly get another monster on your side of the field. And with this card coming out with 2,800 attack points, it's going to be very easy to go over an opponent's monster so you can get that effect. We then play 2 copies of Nebula Dragon. Nebula Dragon is a great 2-of in this build because you're going to reveal this card in your hand and one other level 8 dragon monster in your hand to special summon both in defense position but negate their effects. Also, you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except light or dark dragon monsters, which is totally fine in this build because that's usually all we're summoning anyways. This card also has a great ability to manage this card from the graveyard and then target a level 4 lighter dark dragon monster in the grave and add it to your hand, which is a great effect because we have a lot of really cool cards we can use with that effect. We then play a single copy of Galactic Spiral Dragon. This card is a great extender in the build because it has the ability, while this card is in your hand or grave, if you control 2 or more light and or dark dragon monsters, you can special summon this card, which is a really cool ability just to instantly special summon this card from your hand in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. I love that effect about this card, that it's so easy to put on your side of the field because it can come from hand or grave. We then play a single copy of Archbrave Dragon. Archbrave Dragon is a good 1-of in this particular build because it has a great ability that if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can banish as many face-up spells and trap cards your opponent controls as possible, which is a great effect just to be able to deal with a bunch of floodgates on the field. And if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there last turn, you can target a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard except Archbrave Dragon and special summon it to your side of the field, making it very easy to be able to summon out Felgrand back from the grave. We then play a Rocket package in the deck. So we're going to be playing 2 copies of Rocket Tracer. Rocket Tracer is great in the deck as a 2-of because we can summon this card off of Quick Launch, and it's just an overall fantastic card because it's a tuner, which just helps us go in for some really awesome plays. It also has the ability of that quick effect. You can target one face-up card that you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a Rocket monster from your deck, except another copy of this card, which is a really cool ability to be able to use with this card. We then play a single copy of Rocket Caliber. Rocket Caliber is an awesome extender as well because you can special summon this card from your hand to zone a Dark Link monster points to, which is a great ability just to instantly get this card out on your side of the field. We then play a single copy of Rocket Recharger. Recharger is really good as a 1-of in the deck just to extend your plays and get an additional monster on your side of the field. This card is a great combo piece in the deck. Plus, it's not a tuner like the other 2 Rocket monsters, so we can use it for other plays, except for synchro summoning as the tuner for that synchro summon, which is great in this particular build. We then play a single copy of Absolouter Dragon. Absolouter is a good 1-of in the deck because it has an awesome ability. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Rocket monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability instantly to get any of those cards that you need from your deck to your hand. We then play 3 copies of the Bysteel Lubellion. The Bysteel Lubellion is a definite 3-of in the build because this card is great to be able to summon to your side of the field by just tributing a level 6 or higher dragon monster. You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. This card can also be sent from your hand to the graveyard to be able to add any Bysteel monster you want from your deck to your hand, and if this card is on your side of the field during your main phase, you can actually place a branded continuous spell or trap card from your deck face up on the field, which is great to be able to get your copy of Branded Beast onto your side of the field. We then play a single copy of Bysteel Magnamut. All of the level 6 Bysteels actually share a common ability that you can actually banish a light or dark monster from either player's graveyard to special summon them to your side of the field. And it's a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster, but this card can search any dragon you want from your deck to your hand during the end phase of the turn this card was summoned, which is a great effect to be able to search out cards like Felgrand. So you can get it to your hand so you can summon it out with awesome effects. This card is really good as a 1-of in the build. We then play a single copy of Druis Worm. Druis Worm is really good for spot removing cards off the field. We then play a single copy of Sawnir. Sawnir is also really good in this deck as a 1-of, as if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send a Bysteel monster or a branded spell trap from your deck to the graveyard, which is really helpful to be able to send cards like Branded Regain to your graveyard, so you can use Branded Beast to put it back on the field, which is cool about this card. We then play a single copy of Baldrake. I feel like one of each of these is the perfect number for this particular build. Baldrake is really good as a 1-of in the deck because it's also great to be able to spot remove cards off the field. We then play 3 copies of Black Metal Dragon. Black Metal Dragon is great as a normal summon in this build because if this card does go to the graveyard, you can add a Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand, being able to search out your copy of Darkness Metal Dragon, which is an amazing card to be able to summon out to your side of the field. And this card is a definite 1-of in the deck to be able to use with Black Metal Dragon. This card is super easy to summon to your side of the field and is basically a walking monster reborn in this particular deck, making this card a definite 1-of in the build. We then play 3 copies of Star Leech. Star Leech is a great normal summon as well, just like your copy of Black Metal Dragon. And this card is definitely a 3-of in the build because you can send any number of dragon monsters from your hand or face up from field to the graveyard to add a dragon monster from your deck to your hand, whose level equals the total original level of those monsters sent to the graveyard, which is great to be able to search out dragons from your deck to your hand. It also has the ability to banish this card from the graveyard and target a level 8 light or dark dragon monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is a great ability to use with a bunch of different cards in the deck, especially cards like Nebula Dragon and your copies of Felgrand, Galactic Spiral, or even the Bysteel Lubellion. We then play a single copy of White Dragon Wyvern Buster and 1 copy of Black Dragon Collapser. And these cards are great extenders in the deck. For your copy of Black Dragon, you banish a light monster from the graveyard. For White Dragon, you banish a dark monster from the graveyard to be able to special summon them to your side of the field. And if either of them leave the field, you can search the other one from the deck, which is a really cool thing about these cards. They're definitely 1-ofs in this particular build. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start off with a single copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is a definite 1-of in this deck, because this card helps you get the exact monster you want into the graveyard. And then play a single copy of Dragon Shrine for the exact same reason. This card is really good as a 1-of in the deck to get basically the exact dragon you want in the graveyard. And then play a single copy of Chaos Space. Chaos Space is great as a 1-of in this deck, because it basically gets a light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned or set to your hand, which is a really cool effect about this card. This card is a great searcher for the deck. We then play a single copy of Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch is great to be able to search off your copy of Striker Dragon, and this card just extends your plays, because it has a really cool ability. You can activate one of these effects to either special summon up to 2 rocket monsters with different names from your hand and defense position, or if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon rocket monsters with different names from your graveyard and defense position up to the difference, which is a great ability to be able to use with this card. We then play a single copy of Dragon's Ravine. Dragon's Ravine is searchable off of the Dragoonity Link monster, so this card is a definite 1-of in the deck to be able to use just to get the exact dragon monster you want in the graveyard. We then play a single copy of Branded Regained. Branded Regained is awesome to be able to work with this deck because this card is just amazing, because if a light or dark monster is banished except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters and place that monster on the bottom of the deck. And if you do, draw a card. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn, but it also has the ability once per turn. If your opponent normally special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can target one Bysteel monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is a great ability to be able to do, and just instantly get one of your Bysteel monsters on the field. We then play 3 copies of Quick Launch. This card is basically like E-Telly for your rocket monsters, instantly getting them onto your side of the field directly from your deck. We then play 3 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords. It wouldn't be a Felgrand deck without Return of the Dragon Lords. This is the main way you bring back Felgrand to your side of the field, because this card lets you target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and it also protects your dragon monsters you control from being destroyed by battle or by card effects by banishing this card from the grave instead, which is great to be able to protect those cards. So, that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're just going to be playing one, and that's going to be Branded Beast. This card is really good as a one-of in the build to be able to use with your Buy-Steal package, because this card can pop cards on the field. And also, during the end phase, you can target a branded continuous spell or trap card in the graveyard and place it face up on the field, which works really well with your copy of Branded Regained, being able to send it to the graveyard off of Sawnier's ability, which is amazing about this card. This card is a definite one-of in the build to be able to work with your package of the buy steals to be able to pop cards on the field. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, guys, we're going to start off with Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. This card is really awesome as a one-of in the deck, and it looks amazing as an ultimate rare. It basically has a walking negate, because once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach an XZ material from this card and then target a face-up monster on the field, and this turn its effects are negated, but it's unaffected by other card effects, which is a great ability to be able to protect your cards or basically negate cards on the field, which is really cool. We then play a single copy of Boral End Dragon. If you summon this card out to your side of the field, you basically win the game, because this card is so hard for your opponent to deal with, and it's very easy to summon in this build. It has the ability it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Also, neither player can target it with card or with monster effects. It also can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and quick effect, you can target an effect monster on the field and a rocket monster in your graveyard, negate the effect of that monster on the field, and if you do, special summon the other monster from your graveyard. And your opponent cannot activate cards and respond to this effect, basically making it a speed spell 4 effect, which is insane. This card is so hard to deal with. It's a crazy powerful boss monster. It comes out at 3,500 attack points, and it's just an amazing card that if you summon it to your side of the field, you're probably winning. You then play a single copy of Boral Sword. This card is an awesome OTK piece for the deck to be able to summon out to your side of the field, and works really well with a lot of cards in this build. We then play a single copy of Triple Burst Dragon. This card is great to be able to link climb in this particular deck, and is a really awesome stepping stone, especially since it has that downward arrow, working really well with our copy of Guard Dragon Pisty. We then play a single copy of Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn is great in this deck to be able to spin cards off the field. We play a single copy of Delurgus Dragon. This card is a great extender because it can special summon itself out to your side of the field from your graveyard, which is a great ability about this card. I love this card as a one-of in the deck, and it's such a good extender. We then play a single copy of Romulus. Romulus can search out Dragon's Ravine from your deck on summon, which is a great effect to be able to instantly get to Dragon's Ravine. Play a single copy of Quad Boral Dragon. Quad Boral Dragon is a great combo piece in this particular build, because it lets you discard a card and then target a face-up monster on the field, and you cannot special summon level or link to or lower monsters from your extract for the rest of the turn. Destroy the targeted monster, then if it was a link monster, then you can special summon any number of rocket monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard up to the link rating of that monster, just extending your plays, which is really good. We then play a single copy of IP Masquerena, so we can go in for a copy of Unicorn during the opponent's turn, which is really good. One copy of Heradic Seals. This card is basically full combo for the deck, which is really funny. This card can actually special summon Felgrand directly from the deck, which is amazing, because once per opponent's turn, if this card's in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you can tribute a monster from your hand or field, which is always going to be this card, return a face-up card on the field back to the hand, and if this card is tributed, special summon a dragon monster from your hand or deck, but make its attack and defense become 0, which is fine, because then you'll summon out Felgrand and it'll banish a card, which is amazing. We then play a single copy of Guard Dragon Pisty. It's the only Guard Dragon we actually have left for the extra deck. But this card is really good because it lets you target a monster or dragon monster that's banished or in the graveyard and special summon it to a zone that 2 monsters that are link monsters point to, which is great to be able to use with this card. 1 copy of Striker Dragon. This is going to be probably the first card you summon out of your extra deck. It does search Boot Sector Launch on this particular deck, but it works really well with a lot of level 1s in this deck, especially like cards like Black Metal Dragon. You can normal summon out like Black Metal Dragon, link it away for Striker Dragon, search out Boot Sector Launch and Darkness Metal Dragon, then banish this card off the field for the Darkness Metal Dragon, and then revive back the Black Metal Dragon, essentially stepping into a Link 2 off of 1 normal summon, which is insane. We then play a single copy of Despatter. Despatter is great as a boss monster and really easy to summon. This card has a great ability, lets you target a banished light or dark monster and special summon it to your side of the field, and that's a once per turn effect. And also this card is a walking negate, which is really good. We'll play a single copy of Borreload Savage. Borreload Savage just works really well in this deck. It's very easy to summon. We're playing a lot of link monsters, so it gets a lot of negate counters on it, which is really good. Finally, we play a single copy of Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. This card is great for time and just board wiping the field so you can go in for game. This card is great in this build as a 1-of. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Felgrand deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try. It's really fun to be able to play, especially in this Dragon Link style that this build is built like, which is just super cool. I absolutely love the way this deck is built, and I really had a lot of fun play testing it. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell near so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.